welcome to IFT for the Academy Drivers Series. It is round number 6 and we are at Baku. Currently 17 drivers have made it to today's session. So welcome aboard, and for those that are back, welcome back, and for any new listeners and viewers, thank you for joining. I'm just going to post a link to the stream in Discord and then we will get started. But for now, you can follow on with Manic Memory in the Sauber. Right, that's shared. So we've got 5 drivers currently on outlaps. Let's just quickly take you through some of the standings as well whilst we await for Manic to begin his first flying lap of the session. So as it stands, Pigeon is leading in the McLaren. I believe that's David Niggins. And then there is Koa in second. Had a very interesting time last time I saw him for round 4, I believe it was. And we've got the Williams in third. I believe that's Gabriel. So he's looking strong. Very good results recently. And then Hammer Time in the Alpine in 4th. So lots of good drivers up and down the order. Hammer Time, as you can see, in the Alpine on his outlap. But anyway, Manic is about to start his hot lap. We'll just take you through a lap around this pretty awesome street circuit in Azerbaijan. You can gain a lot of time just through turn 1. It's all about getting your apexes spot on, just brushing up against the wall there, but that should be absolutely fine for Manic. And then this is the first of the DRS zones. Nice and late on the brakes, a lot of nice minimum speed, and then roll it to the outside of the corner. And then this deceptively hard right-hander, if you hit the curb too strong it can kick you out to the wall. Manic just about survives that one. And then this chicane, you want to really tuck it to the inside so that it straightens out this final second part of the chicane. And then this right-hander, which is really difficult. Oh, a slight lock-up of the rear end for Manic. And actually a really good recovery, to be quite honest with you. And throws it into the castle. Just going through the castle section, a little bit of drifting there. Would have lost quite a bit of exit speed, which will now impact him all the way down this long left-hand straight. And then a very difficult downhill off-camber braking point. Overcorrects slightly into the wall, but that's absolutely fine. Car is good as gold. And then throws it onto the curb for the final corner. And really now it's just, well, there's technically more corners here, but this is really just a straight, full throttle. Just straighten up the car as quickly as possible. And then the final DRS zone will become available very soon. And I've just seen the comment about not spectating Manic. And I'm guessing that's a joke. But hey, we give everyone some time. So who else do we have? We have Mason, Apara, both of the McLarens. We do have, I believe, is it Magnus? Yeah, Magnus Schau sets a 1:39.9. Good banker lap there from the Racing Bull. And then Hammer, who's currently, I think, 4th in the standings. Let's see what he can do. Cold commentator. I don't know all the drivers, man. So I don't know where he is in the standings. This is looking like an excellent lap time. I'm joking. Matt Hammer's obviously gearing up to start a hot lap now, so he decided against it. Wanted to warm up the tyres. We can... Oh, immediately screws the lap up. That's a bit unfortunate. And Apara with the 1:40.0. So pretty tight between the top few drivers for now. And we can ride on board with Mason, who sets a 1:40.5, so just slightly off the pace. Wow, Magnus Shaw, the hate's already coming in for him. You can't even set a banker lap these days, apparently. I may be joined by Aiden in co-coms. We'll see what's going on with that. He's disappeared. Right, anyway, we'll stay on board with who else. He's on the medium tyre for the record. So probably just getting some cycle laps in. Woof, massive bit of smoke coming out there. Really really good graphics, very realistic. Here we go then. Let's see what he can do on the medium tyre. He's already a few seconds down, but you know, he's going into the pits, yeah, no surprise. So just trying to get a feel for the medium tyres. Now Gabriel's a good one to watch. He's had a very strong season. I've been quite impressed with what I've seen of him so far. And Hammer sets a 1:39.6. So yep, he warmed the tyres up and he did set a good lap. It's great to see from the Alpine driver. Some people saying Alpine are in the mud, but so far it's looking good for Baku at least. 11 minutes still to go though. Wow, the comments. And Gabriel sets a 1:39.0. Excellent lap from the Williams driver. The first really competitive lap.
So fucking sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. Right, Aiden's alongside if you couldn't tell by the swearing.
Yeah, of course. Gotta bring some culture into here.
Well, so far we've had Gabriel set a 1:39.0. Pretty tight at the top for now, but most drivers haven't set lap times. You not missed a lot, mate.
Can you send me an invite? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Long story short, no one will know who this is. But basically, I asked Morris about I'll constantly bang on to Morris, someone called Morris, about a two-player career, because we started it about 6 months ago, and then we took a 6-month break. Well, not a 6-month break, he just wasn't online for 6 months.
You had to take a break, yeah?
No, he had to take a break, to be honest. But I was battering him. Anyway, and then,
hold up, David May set pole position. Let's see in the McLaren.
And then
1:39.1 just misses out. 1/10 off. Good lap time though. Sorry, go on.
So basically, I kept banging on to him about potentially another 6-month break, and it turned out he was online today. Admittedly, I didn't think he'd be online for that long, and then it turns out I kind of had to tell him I'm so sorry, but I did tell Lucas I was going to join him on the comms. So we have to leave.
So you'll see him in 6 months' time, yeah?
No, see, probably tomorrow, if not after this. It's fine.
Oh, Beetle spins it on exit of the chicane straight into the wall, but he's not lost any wheels. Axel's okay, so he will have to pit and try again and just not block the McLaren driver ideally.
Yeah.
Frosty's invalidated, so I think the next driver will be Jiffen. Not heard of him before. I'm guessing he's
I love Aiden's new YouTube channel. Fuck's sake. I'm just looking at the live chat. Right.
Wow.
Oh, right.
This is more of a talk show now.
Yeah. See, I'm not used to being on co-coms, so it's quite fun. You be on comms though. I'll be on co because obviously you're main commentator. So.
All right, buddy.
New to me, new territory.
I'll bring the passion for you. So Zuffin sets a 1:39.4. No idea if that's how to pronounce his name, but the Williams are looking strong so far.
Love the honesty.
Beetle Clamp apparently went purple with a missing front wing. Excellent game graphics.
Oh yeah.
Good to hear, Manic. I'm seeing the positivity from you, and then the immediate negativity. People commenting Manic won't make it into Q2.
Kid. Oh. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I felt bad for leaving for like 10 minutes. Never mind. Yeah, that's
all good. Oh, Beetle Clamp, what have you done? I think Beetle Clamp messed up going into the pits and then blocked the McLaren, so the game just DSQ'd him. Well, I'm afraid we do have our final place finisher for quali, and it's Beetle Clamp, from bad to worse for him. as Xbox does set a 1:39.1. It looked like a good lap from what I saw, and yeah, shaping up quite nicely.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it changes a bit in terms of who gets knocked out due to like the amount of people in the lobby. Obviously, it's full qualifying. Usually, it's only it's up to 16th that gets knocked out, bottom five, obviously. But I honestly couldn't tell you who gets knocked if it's just 17th and 16th in this one. It might be 15th as well, but this game's
I think it's just
unpredictable.
16th and 17th.
Could be. Anyway, Koa's on a lap. He hops over the curb a bit. He's quick. He's looked very quick in both Jeddah and in Abu Dhabi, but a few incidents it just denied him probably of a potential 2 race wins. Maybe he can get a bit of redemption here at Baku. But yeah, you don't.
He's certainly got the pace and the talent.
Yeah, but yeah, he's it's a bit of bad luck in terms of getting involved in incidents. But this is the track where all the incidents will happen, and I say he's quick. 142.2. Sorry, 140.2.
Only his first lap. 6 minutes to go.
I know, but it's not what I'm used to him setting. I was used to see him setting.
I remember in the last session I commed on, he waited until the very last second to set a really fast lap. So he's just deciding how much sandbagging to use. I feel like the people in the comments might quite like that in the comments. Sorry.
Yeah.
he's got to lift a few of the sandbags off for the next lap.
Fuck's sake.
Magnus Saul's going into the pits. Hammer time, purple sector 1. It's right on board.
The Hammer. He's my teammate. Obviously, I'm banned for this race, so unfortunately, I can't help him out. It is what it is with the ban.
It was like in the pre-race conversation there between Christian Horner and Toto Wolff.
Yeah.
Talking about if your ban counts to the
human.
team.
Yeah, I'm only human. I can't be fucking stone cold to everything in terms of not react to absolutely everything that will happen. It is what it is. No one fucking died. It's just I got a race and quali ban. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it now.
Yeah, it's fine. Just means you can't race.
Yeah, but around this track, that's more of a pro than anything. Not even.
Here we go. Manic is absolutely. He's like the drift king. Every time I'm watching him on board, he's just drifting around. But he's carrying a lot of speed. That's the thing. It does work.
Yeah,
he's just trying to be Max Verstappen.
Oh, he's hit the wall.
A big one.
Oh my word, he's really close to the wall in the castle section and the rear end.
I quite like it. He's really trying. Like, he's just invalidated on the exit. Yeah, but like really pushing. Fair play.
Yeah. What do we reckon for? Obviously, I think. Oh, Koa and Almorphy, 15th and 14th. But does it say actually get knocked out? Does anyone actually in the chat? Does anyone know if it's just 17th and 16th? I want to say it's 15th also, because there's 17 people in the lobby.
Are you sure?
Red Bull. I want to say at a certain point it's 15th also. I mean, if sorry, Almorphy's just signed his death note. But hopefully for his sake it isn't. But for Red Bull, that's not promising.
Right, anyway, that's right on board with Hammer. It's currently 2 tenths improved. Going into Sector 2.
I don't really see the point in anyone going out if everyone's now retiring from the pits, because obviously everyone's gone through, theoretically. Everyone should be through.
So you're saying it's a waste of tyres?
Yeah, it's just a waste of tyres. Well, I mean, obviously, the chances are these tyres are not going to be useful in a race run. Maybe at the start. Maybe for people, some people like use them at the start of the race to try and get a good launch, because let's be honest, a safety car is probably going to be happening within 3 laps. So we'll see, but I don't really see the need to use them all in Q1. I mean, the Hammer, it does say 3 laps use softs, which, if that's the case, pretty impressive pace.
Indeed, yeah. So he knows what he's doing. He's just, to be honest, I often do that in Q1. Just get some extra laps in with old tyres just to practice. Just get a feel for the track.
Looks like
mostly because I don't do time trial much nowadays.
Oh, Manic's crashed in the castle section.
Oh, Manic. Well, he's through though. In case he can't hear us, but And Mason, is he out of fuel?
Yes, the fuel gauge is flashing. Well, flash on the fuel gauge. Wrong word.
It's the POV of shame now for the Aston driver.
I'm sorry. I want to say 15th gets knocked out because the 17th driver, but I really don't know if it's 15th or that's hilarious.
He's not actually out of fuel for the record.
Good.
He's got 0.2 laps left. I can see on his wheel. Little snake.
Ah.
But yeah, good Q1, close lap times. But Gabriel definitely did set one. I know it seems obvious, I'm just going to sound like Michael Owen, but his lap did look very tidy, so it doesn't surprise me that he's first place for Q1. David and Xbox, I've not seen Xbox before in this league, but clearly a good driver. David's always up there, Magnus Schul always up there. So nothing too unexpected. But yeah, only one DSQ, that's a pretty good sign. For this game.
I don't think
For this game.
Fuck's sake.
He only screwed one person over.
Oh, please, Mason, just retire from session. Crying out loud. We don't have to sit through the next minute, please, Mason, for all our sakes. Actually, please. Okay, thank you.
Great, take us through the order, Aiden.
Right, Gabriel in first, David in second, Xbox in third, Fen in fourth, Magnus in fifth, the Hammer in sixth, I'll just say Mitta in seventh, Amigo in eighth, Manic in ninth, Apara 10th, Huas in 11th, Frosty 12th, Mason in 13th, Koa in 14th, Morphe in 15th, and Urban, and I did not read the last
Beetle.
time.
Beetle's out.
Beetle was the two that was out. Urban and Beetle were the two that got knocked out in Q1.
So just the bottom two eliminated, proving that Aiden doesn't know this game at all.
Does anyone know this game at all? It's the most unpredictable thing I've ever seen. I don't think the developers knew what they were doing when making this game, so they don't even know the game themselves. How would you expect me to know? Because that bump in Spain still exists.
Right, well, no shock eliminations. I mean, this is really where quality starts, isn't it? Anyone you're looking forward to seeing, Aiden?
I'm very interested in where the two Red Bulls actually are. You'd expect them to show more pace. If they're actually struggling that badly, then yikes, the title, this jab's blown wide open here for quite a few drivers.
Manic has been disqualified for blocking the pits. Did he crashed into the wall? I think did he forget to turn the steering wheel left when he came out of the pits and just binned it and then blocked people in?
Because the thing is that most pit lanes you can sometimes just not pay attention a little bit heading out the pit lane.
Oh my goodness me! Yeah, but it's Baku, you know. That's Baku. Magnus Schul has braked slightly late, and is he going to do a 360 or a reverse? He's going to reverse. Wow, already quite a bit of unexpected action there. Magnus Schul was not disqualified for blocking people.
I'd say two Red Bulls. Obviously, the Williams Gabriel, who was fast in Q1, he looked quite fast he obviously won in Bahrain on his debut for Red Bull. Actually, looked quite strong in Abu Dhabi. From what I could tell, I can't remember how strong he was at Jeddah, but genuinely his pace looks good. I would look at him, obviously my teammate. I'm kind of rooting for him. Probably a bit biased, but
the
everyone
Hammer.
in live chat, if you're complaining about me being biased, fuck you. Could not care less.
The Hammer, yeah?
Yeah, the Hammer.
Yeah, we'll make sure he gets no airtime.
Oh, right. This is why we don't like Arsenal fans.
6 minutes.
Like no one likes them.
T-minus 6 minutes to failure. Anyway, on board with Xbox. Go through the lap, Aiden, if you like. I'll go on his on board.
Right, going into turn one, down into third gear. Gets it nicely turned in. Obviously, the wall quite close. You don't want to understeer too much. Into turn two, down into third. clip the curb quite nicely. Now get on the power, use a little bit of overtake going down into turn 3. Want to minimise as much distance between turn 2 and 3 as possible. Down into turn 3, gets as close to the curves. He just goes a little bit wide in turn 3. Obviously, doesn't need to push that much. Turn 4 doesn't really want to clip that inside curve at all. Use a little bit of battery into the chicane. Get as close to the wall for this chicane as possible.
Nice.
Hook it up quite nicely. That wasn't too bad. Maybe could have turned right just a little bit sooner. And then wants to cut as much of this corner as humanly possible. Now, castle section. This part could go very wrong. And he hits the wall.
Oh.
And that's wing damage. And there is the wing damage. Does he have damage? He hasn't got any damage. Unbelievably, he hasn't got any damage.
And in the meantime, Mason decided to not turn left out of the pits, and he has also been disqualified.
Good. That's 2 of them out.
So on board now with Zuffen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, one of the Williams. Now going through the last straight, just all about minimising or like trying to not scrub off trying to scrub off as little speed as possible, and then try and manage the battery, try and burn it at the right time. Is he going to use the overtake shortly around about now? He doesn't, which is a bit interesting, but he still goes fastest by about 2/10.
And to be honest, Xbox still set a good lap time. A par of 1:39.6, and then Amalfi
clearly has more pace. Amalfi in 41.0. I'll be honest, it's not looking great, is it, if you're at Red Bull at the moment? Which is a shame, because they're actually quite good to be part of. But it's not looking promising. Koa's in the pits.
Meanwhile, Magnushaw with the 1:39.0, but I was on board with Hammer time, and he set a 1:39.3, so some very decent lap times, and somehow amongst all of that chaos, I think David got a bit of slipstream, bit of tow, and he set a 1:38.9. So we are into the 38s now. Meanwhile, someone has gone off.
It was Magnus just getting out of the way of the car behind him.
Good stuff, good stuff. Right, so we're on board now then with Gabriel. Is he going to respond? The quickest driver for Q1, so he'll be looking to try and set a high 1:38 if he can.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to, though. He just needs to get through. It's all about getting through the Q2 really. He doesn't want to push his luck really with the track and or being too close to the walls. He's clearly very quick. He goes up a bit wide through the chicane.
A lot of it's a confidence thing, isn't it? You know, you don't have to be obviously 38s to get through, but you want to make sure you're there or thereabouts, so you know you've got a good chance. I mean, that's just my view.
Of course, but you want to get through you've got to get through to be in the fight in the first place.
This is looking rapid from Gabriel, to be honest. Like the way I'm just seeing the way he's hitting these apexes, it looks really tidy.
Yeah, obviously you want to up the ante a little bit each time, but you don't want to risk everything in a Q2 lap. Oh, that
might be okay. He carried loads of speed though. That's fine.
Yeah, he carried a lot of speed. That was very nice. A little bit on the curb, round that final proper corner. Really, the rest of this is a bit more of a nuisance more than anything.
Oh, Manic was putting his not his glove on, and then he binned it.
No. Someone clip that. Clipping that. Someone, come on. No, I'm not letting him. I'll clip it myself.
Gabriel, what a lap. It looked really, really, really clean and tidy. 1:38.8. Great stuff, and that must build his confidence. Hammer has invalidated his lap. So we've got Frosty just working his way. He's almost at the castle section now, and he's going to have to try and improve his lap time. Definitely in danger, but 8 minutes to go.
Oh. Red Bull. Yikes. I mean, they probably have the pace to probably easily have the pace to get into Q3, but you must be feeling a little bit of pressure. 8 minutes to go. 11th and 12th currently. Oh, you would be wrong to think they're not feeling a little bit of pressure. Obviously, probably not a lot, because they probably have the pace to get through, but Koa, this is a huge qualifying session for him in the championship. He is right behind Pigeon, or Niggin.
Yeah, and he's about to start his lap, but I'll stay on board with Hammer just for now, and we'll flick down to Koa.
I'll keep an eye on Koa's lap on sector time for Koa.
Good stuff. Very close right now. I think you're going to want to get a mid 39 to be safe. That's what I'm sensing so far. Many drivers in the pits, as you would expect. Hammer just misses the apex on the final real corner, then runs wide. That's going to cost him a little bit throughout this section as well. Just slightly lower V-min.
35-1 for Koa in the first sector. He's 4 tenths off Gabriel in the first sector alone, and it didn't look like there was like any glare. I mean, he went very wide in turn 3, but it just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't look that rapid or anything.
Good lap time. Good lap time from the Hammer though. 1:39.2. That should see him comfortably through into Q3. But yeah, back on now with Koa.
It just doesn't look. There's just something. It just doesn't look as like carrying all the speed. I don't know what it is about the lap, but we'll see. In the middle sector, 14.8. After I'll have a look on what it compares. 39.7 in the middle sector. He's another 4 tenths slower than Gabriel in the middle sector. He is off the pace here in Baku this evening. This is a pressure lap for him.
Is he going to go straight into the pits?
No, he can't. There's no way. It's a 39.7. It's only 8th fastest.
Wow. He's got time though. He's got time to go back in the pit, put a fresh set of softs on, and go again. It's certainly not all over. And I think the only driver now yet to set a lap who's not been disqualified is Who Asked. And he is just going through the castle.
Amazing username, as always. I mean, obviously he could get in. He can easily get in to like get a fresh set of softs on Koa and probably go faster. He's actually set the exact same time that Xbox has, but that's going to really compromise his Q3 laps, obviously, because he's going to have one less set of softs or new set of softs.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, Xbox set that time despite making a mistake.
Oh yeah.
In the castle, well, multiple.
Who
Asked making the most of the pitting car, trying to get a bit of toe, and he sets a 1:39.7, so he's in P9, just behind Koa.
So close between 6th and 9th. Oh, it's about just over a 10th.
So I think Xbox then is next up to probably set a lap, but he's actually aborted this run, so no point staying on board with him. Koa will be pitting in, so maybe it's Amigo in the McLaren. I was quite impressed with him actually the last race I saw. He seemed very solid on Sunday race pace.
I'll be honest, I didn't see him in general at Abu Dhabi, so I don't really have anything to comment. But he's nearly 8 tenths up on his lap time. So
You've got to look in your mirrors better next time.
He's too far behind in my mirrors, that's why. Anyway, I'm sorry, but you set me up for that one. But what do you want me to say?
Oh, Amigo's been blocked, I think.
Wasn't awful, wasn't ideal.
No.
Though,
Yeah, let's go with it wasn't ideal and move on.
I mean, you probably didn't really. I mean, the castle section's a bit of a bastard to try and get out of the way. You've got to get through the castle before you can actually get out of the way properly. So it's kind of one of those. I think he's done all right. It was just not great. Oh, he's 1.4 seconds up.
Good stuff so far. Amigo looking very tidy. Just got to try and maximise his speed now on this final run to the start-finish line. Where will he end up?
That's quite a lot of battery to burn as well on the run up to the line.
Could be around anywhere between sort of 5th to even, to be honest, 10th. I mean, there's such a spread, right?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, are they actually...
5th place.
5th fastest.
Good job, Amigo.
Well, Morphy's out, Frosty's heading out, the pits, Para's heading out. Who else is out?
So Zuffen is improved. He's looking like he could break into the 38s if he's aced this final sector. So let's stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, I will say I think you're right. I think in mid 39, well, it might need more than that actually to get through with how everyone's improving on these last runs. As
1:38.6 smashes it in sector 3.
Everyone might have to go out again.
Maybe it'd be a low 39, not a mid. We'll see.
Everyone's improving. Haas was really over the curb. Didn't look terrible. How much is it up? 8 tenths.
Xbox. Whoa.
It is definitely.
Okay, the track is getting quicker. Yep. I agree with you. I think it's going to have to be a low 39.
It's kind of heading out. I'm sorry, I'm so focused on the Red Bull, but I've raced with them like the last 2 races. I can't help it.
He'll come out in a second.
Surely. I mean,
let's see how Xbox does.
Heading out.
It's going to be a 38 surely. A 1:38.9 just gets in there. That should be enough. Good lap time from the Haas driver. Koa's not left the pit, so he's probably got 4 seconds to choose to do so, or he's going to miss his slot. We'll see.
I think everyone from about... I couldn't even say Amigo's really that safe at the moment. I want to say P6 up. Well, anywhere in the low 39s is safe.
Koa's retired, yeah.
He's retired.
Yeah, he didn't have time anyway. So I think he's confident that no one's going to beat his lap time. But I mean, that's a risk.
Oh, he's 10th. He's 10th. Oh,
Frosty
my
into
word.
P6.
It is squeaky bum time for Koa.
And all 3 drivers that are behind Koa are now on out laps or hot laps.
Including his teammate is on a hot lap at the moment. What is it going to look like for him if at the moment? He's 8 tenths up. It's not great for him to get through at least.
Do you say 8 tenths slower or faster?
Faster.
That should be that could be good, right? Well, we'll see. Depends what he does in sector 3.
Put him 140.2.
Yeah,
right now.
you never know. Depends how he did in sector 3 last time. Let's have a look.
No,
not quite. No. Unfortunate for Amalfi. Solid lap time. So we've got Who Asked and Chimita's just begun his hot lap. So we'll stay on board with those. I think that's really what it's going to come down to now. Can either of these 2 drivers manage something?
Yeah, the championship, one of the championship protagonists is under huge pressure. Is Who Asked or Chimita going to be able to punish the Red Bull driver? We are going to find out in the next minute and so. Everyone top 6 is safe. That's definite now.
Absolutely. Yeah, only 2 drivers that can even improve. So it's Apara and Viat who are at risk.
Chimata, 600 up, but he's gone really badly over the curb. That might have cost him a little bit of time.
Yeah. I think he lost a bit of the time he gained. But the thing is, they're so close already that even a small...
Chimita
surely
is a tenth and a half down. He might get away with it.
You think so?
Actually get through. He might.
We'll stay on board then. Surely not. Surely no way after that through the castle section. How is the wing okay? Is damage on?
I meant Koa might get away with getting through. He's there. No, there's no way. Chimata's out. He's half a second down. No chance.
So Who Asked could? Who Asked is 1/10 slower. So he needs to ace these last 2 corners. Oh, that looked a bit ropey. A little bit slow on exit. But if he aces this one, you never know.
No, 3 tenths down, he's out.
No. Yeah, he messed up that left-hander. It's a difficult one. So I think Koa somehow is going to escape. I mean, cool as a cucumber, he knew that, clearly.
300th of a second. That was by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, commiserations there for Who Asked. P11, I believe. Yeah. So the first driver of the 5 to be eliminated for Q2.
Yeah. So
take us through the order, man.
So, Williams 1-2 here in Q2. They look very, very promising for Q3. Potential front row lockout, maybe? We will find out in about 12 minutes' time. Niggins in 3rd. Xbox in 4th, Magnus in 5th, Frosty 6th, Hammer Time in 7th, Amigo in 8th, Apara 9th, Koa in 10th, getting through by the skin of his teeth, with Who Asked, Mita, Amalfi, Mason and Manic all getting knocked out as the bottom 5 in Q2. Wow, that was very interesting. I mean, if Koa's sandbagging, he is really pushing his luck with that Q2 run. It just didn't look like he... Okay, with Koa, it was so... bizarre. It didn't look like he made really a mistake. That was clear cut, obvious. It just didn't look very quick. It was
Manic,
very
also sorry
bizarre.
to cut in. Manic, I see your message. Yeah, we're very sorry that you couldn't go through Castle again, man.
Yeah, but Williams look incredibly strong in Q2, especially Fenn. He came out a bit of nowhere, but maybe Gabriel has a little bit of pace in the locker. I guess we'll find out. But I honestly got more questions than answers from Q2, really.
Who has more sandbags than a lifeboat? That's the question.
I don't think he's actually sandbagging. That's the worrying part.
Yeah, that pit exit is frustrating if you sort of just switch off for 1 second. To be honest, I don't know why the game does that. I think it should turn you left out of there and just give it to you. I mean, I know it's meant to be a simulation game, but yeah, I don't know. It depends how strict you're feeling. It is a bit of a weird one.
I mean,
though, just concentrate. But
in EA's defense, they don't expect you to not be looking when you're driving up the pit.
yeah,
Know what I mean?
yeah, true. They can't win anyway.
Like, you got a car that has about 300 kph under your right foot. Look where you're fucking going. Am I wrong?
I agree. To be honest, I agree. I'd rather they just keep it like real life. So when you cross the line, you have control. And yeah, man, we know all about your glove, mate. We just don't know. We don't want to know all the details.
Yeah.
Also, I am teasing you, but I completely get it because I actually also use gloves because my hands get really sweaty. It's really frustrating. So yeah, I definitely feel you, man.
I get why people use. I just don't. I don't know what it is. I just don't. I get why people use gloves.
Some people's hands just get so sweaty.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't sweat a lot. I probably should for how much I sweat on this game. But anyway, enough about sweat.
Magnus, he is the first driver,
Q3?
I believe. Well, yes, Apara has retired, but yeah, Magnus will be the first driver to set his first hot lap of Q3.
Well, he takes fourth gear and goes very wide into turn one. That definitely cost him a lot of lag. Oh, a nice
Bit of lag, maybe.
Game. Yeah, I saw that as well. Nice to know it wasn't my internet. As we head down into turn three, uses fourth gear, nice and close to the wall. Yeah, I think if you notice between this lap and the one previously, is Magnus is definitely using just a gear up. So in turn one he was using fourth gear, and then the lap earlier, I think it was Xbox actually, he was using third. So definitely a bit of differences between how everyone's a bit driving.
Oh, surely lag again.
I don't know at this point. Let's just watch someone else's.
Oh, that wasn't lag though. That was not lag through the castle.
Oh well,
that was all sorts of wrong, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that's his. Yeah, he's done.
So we've got Frosty. No, sorry. Let's go on with. I can't find him. I'm losing my bloody mind. Who's the second driver to go round? Oh, I don't know. Screw it. You can have Hammer.
34-7 from Gabriel. 30. Oh, well, Gabriel was never mind. He's invalidated.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I've just gone into the Hammer. Hammer is a legit lap, and he is going right down the final straight now.
He is right with the Williams of Fenn in the first sector, only 400ths off. And he's given, I was going to say he's given Magnus a slipstream, but yeah, he crashed. So never mind. Here we go, across the line, 1:13.90. That is not going to be enough.
Frosty will be the next one, 1:39.5. So let's just say banker laps for now. Zuffen has got tow, tremendous tow, but actually choosing to go into the pit. I thought his teammate was going to potentially carry him through then. But no, both Williams have aborted this lap. Not happy. So David, we keep missing him. First driver to actually set a 1:38. It's 38.7. Very, very tidy. Good stuff there. Meanwhile, Koa.
0 for Koa in the first sector. He's about 3/10 off the Hammer and, Fenn in the first sector. Not too bad compared to earlier. It's not ideal, but it's not too bad compared to the 4/10 of earlier. I guess this is going to be the first proper lap of, well, we'll see where his pace is.
Nice and controlled from Koa. You know, not trying to overdrive the car.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing you want to do when you're a bit off the pace is overdrive it and make more mistakes and then lose more time. So it's very smart driving from, let's see, in the first sector. 14, well, I'll have a look myself. 39.3 by Niggins in the middle sector, 39.6 by Koa in the middle. So
just slightly off. Good insights there.
3/10. Yeah, I guess we'll see what the run up to the line is. By judgment, he's P3, but obviously quite a few people haven't done their laps. And he is, in fact, P3. And I think he gained quite a bit in the last sector there. 28.4781 compared to... Actually, he didn't really gain anything at all. In fact, he lost still in the final sector.
It's all good. If I flick off his screen for a couple of seconds, he can get a couple more sandbags off there. And then he's almost back into the 38s.
I don't know if you know if that's you set soft, to be honest with you. Hammer time on his second push lap. So we'll see where this puts him. Oh, clips the wall in turn 2.
He'll be okay. Didn't lose much speed.
Yeah, he didn't lose too much. I mean, he'll lose time as the straight goes on, I presume. But it won't be too much.
Yeah, it's a weird one because he probably carried more speed than everyone else in hitting the wall anyway. So it probably just neutralised itself out.
Yeah, what's his middle sector? Oh, hello! As he upped the ante, 3/10 up in the middle in the first sector, sorry. Hello, has we been looking at the wrong person in terms of sandbags?
Aiden's getting way too carried away with his teammate.
Shush! I don't care. I don't care. I was going to say your fault. I was going to blame you, but I realised I just don't do nothing wrong. So you're an Arsenal fan, your fault anyway. Oh, he's hit the wall there. And in my defence, there's no one actually. Oh, Magnus. What is he?
5 temps improved by the hammer. This could be below a mid 38. This could be a real what's the word, target for the other drivers. Looking very tidy.
It's good. I think it'll be top. The problem is I still think the two Williams have a bit of pace in the pocket. It's just competitive though.
Here we go. 38.448. Excellent lap there by the hammer. So far that is the time to beat provisional pole with 4 minutes to go. Of course, plenty of lap times to come. This is of course round 6 for the, I think, Academy Driver Series. And hammer time is right up there in the standings, as is Niggins. Yeah. I think Niggins is leading the way. So yeah, good to see the competition shaping up here.
Yeah, indeed. I can't help to think that Williams have a bit of pace in the pocket. The lap time will probably put them under a little bit of pressure, but they've just looked so strong throughout this Q3. Very good lap from the hammer. If that puts them on pole, fair play. But they've just looked very strong. They put around the 38.6 in Q2, I believe. Wouldn't be stupid to suggest they would probably go a couple of tenths quicker in Q3. But I guess we're about to find out because going around well, I say the final corner. There is 2 others, but it's more of a nuisance, like I said.
Magnus Shaw aborted his lap, so he's recognised 3 minutes to go. He's going to put one more set of softs on and try again. So yeah, just the 2 Williams drivers gearing up now. Otherwise, everyone else in the pits or on an in lap.
Yeah. Shall I take you away, or do you want to do this?
I'll take. Do you know what? I'll take Juffin's lap. Let's do it. Yeah. So here we go. The Williams driver. First up I've seen him, looks really good. Excellent lap in Q2. Feeling his way now into turn 2. He's going to go over that curb as much as he can without losing too much balance. Avoids the wall. Pretty nice and smooth on exit. Looking good. Trying to straighten out the actual straight itself, and now he's going to brake as late as he can, probably keep gear, okay, goes down to gear 3 actually, and then up into gear 4 on exit. Now he's got to be careful of this curb. Very nice line, keeps full traction there, nice and early on the throttle. Now he's got to really tuck the car inside through this left-right chicane, which he does, so it straightens up the car. It's all slightly too early with the straighten up, so he hits that horrible curb and bounces him into the wall. We lose a little bit of time, but now he's got this right-hander which he cuts across beautifully, and he's into the castle section. Difficult part of the track here. Maybe slows down a little bit more than he'd like, but he's kept it out of the wall. nicely over the curb, keeps control of that front left tyre, and early on the throttle, nice early pickup. Now he's going to feel his way through this kind of straight / left-hand sequence, and now probably the most difficult corner, the off-camber left, kisses the curb, bounces it, just misses the wall, very tidy, good speed, and he's just got this left-hander to come now. Again, he likes to miss the curb, so more favouring more stability over aggression, but looks very tidy indeed. And we're just working our way now into the final straight. Doesn't want to scrub too much speed off, as Aiden has said before, and he's just going to now find his way across to the line, and let's see what lap time it's going to be.
He's off by a couple tenths, unless he gets a mega last sector, which, let's see,
38.5, good stuff from Zuffin. It looked like a very, very good lap. Yeah, I was holding my breath. Sector 3 looked good indeed. Purple Sector 3 for Zuffin, so good job.
No, it was about 8 milliseconds. I was looking at the sector times. It was about 8 milliseconds off the hammer in the first sector, or something like that. It was very close to the first sector, but he's done a... I hate forgetting the sector time. The hammer did a 34.591, and then Fen did a 34.6 dead. Very close stuff.
Gabriel looking very, very tidy, by the way. You can tell he's really pushing now, up in the speed.
Down still.
Well, it says purple. I don't know if mine's not showing the deltas, but it says purple sector 2.
He's done a 1:14.0 after the first 2 sectors, and that's slower than what I believe either Fen or the hammer's done. It's one or the other or both.
Okay then, well, this is going to be it for Gabriel. So let's see what lap time it will be. And yes, a 1:38.9. That might not work out too well for him actually come the end of the session.
And Koa, through all the drama that he's had to deal with, he's 5th fastest currently. It's unbelievable how it's worked out for him.
Yeah, I'm on board with Frosty now. I haven't given too much coverage to the Mercedes driver. 3 tenths improvement. So he'll be trying to just scrape into the 38s if he can ace this final sector. Looked good, hard to tell just how good it was compared to his previous, but we'll stay on board. If he can get into the 38s, that could be anywhere then, sort of maybe P4, P5. See what he can do.
Yeah, we will indeed.
39.1, so it's P5, just misses out on the 38. So that's the end of the session for time, as we've got Xbox with a 1:38.9. Niggins is 2 tenths improved. Let's stay on with Niggins because this could be close for pole. What's it going to be?
I'm sorry. Oh, hold on.
Niggins with a 1:38.5. Just misses out.
Half a second up. Koa's half a second up. He's almost 6 tenths up on his lap time. There is no way.
No, but he's surely not because he's already on a 1:39.3. So he's a bit
6 tenths up on his time.
We'll see. 1:38.7. 4th fastest. Just gets in front of the McLaren of Amigo. Super tight.
Magnus, he looks quick after the first 2 sectors as well. He looks very competitive in after the first 2 sectors.
Can Magnus pull off a shock pole after the dreadful start to his session? He's going to get a bit of a tow. Gets out of the way of the Williams of Gabriel. What's it going to be? It's a 1:38.497. 400ths off pole. Wow. Great lap time though. Tried super hard there. He'll be really happy with that effort, I'm sure. But the hammer is your pole sitter for this round 6 Baku Grand Prix.
Out of absolutely nowhere. The Williams looked like they were going to be the ones to get it. And look at 3rd and 8th on the grid. It's not obviously over because it's Baku. And it's a 26 lap race. It's an awful long time. But pole, if you want to stay out the chaos, that's probably where you want to be.
Absolutely. To be honest, at 1:38, getting you all the way down to 9th seems almost cruel.
Yeah.
But such is the pace of these drivers. Really, really tight session. Right, so Hammer takes pole position in the Alpine with a fantastic lap time. Magnus right at the death, almost pips him, but will be happy with that P2. Zuffin takes 3rd, and Niggins in 4th. Might be disappointed actually with that time. Maybe left just a little bit on the table. Koa sort of progressed as the session went on. and ended up in P5. Amigo 6th and Xbox in 7th. Gabrielle in 8th. Noticed the delta difference, so tight there. And then Frosty in P9, just missing out on a 138. And Apara, for some reason, had to retire from the session, so he's in P10.
The two championship protagonists, 4th and 5th. I say the protagonist, the Hammer's on pole. This is going to be a great race to get some points back. He is currently, I need to have a look because I keep forgetting the points gaps. He is currently about 22 points off Koa, so this is a great race to, I guess, try and get some points back, especially with his two championship rivals potentially. Not in the midfield, but they're definitely further back in the pack than they'd probably like to be.
Yeah, good thing is though, Baku, with the massive DRS straight, if you've got pace, you can make things happen. Obviously, safety cars, how many will there be? That's always a good question.
All the above. all the above.
And meanwhile, PSG are beating Arsenal.
Hey! North London is shit.
No comment. Cries in second place.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I was looking at fucking Gabrielle is the one in 3rd. Hammer Time in 4th. Anyway, take it away.
Wow. Here we go. 5 lights. They're out and off we go. Hammer Time with quite a good launch there, but Magnus almost side by side as we approach turn 1. He's going to go for the move and he's going to squeeze the Hammer wide a little bit, and he takes the lead of this race. Niggins and Koa as well, a little bit close together, but they've sort of sorted themselves out there. 3 abreast almost behind. That looks quite chaotic, a lot of smoke, but the Hammer's got an excellent launch off of turn 2, and he's going to try and come back. I think he's run out of room though. So Magnusol, excellent start, and we've got Tiamigo going for a late dive on Koa. Is he going to keep position? No, he's not. And in fact, he's got to be careful of his inside. He's got Xbox in the Haas for company, and now Zuffen says, "I want to have a go," but he's going to back out. And they sort of calm down. Oh, I see wing damage from someone. Not sure who. Was it the Haas? Maybe the Haas. And then Zuffen tried to sort of get alongside on exit. Quite an unusual approach for overtaking. But yeah, definitely some damage from someone there.
Oh, Sauber trying to go down the inside of Parallel. Not smart at all, but they've all come out unscathed.
Magic just smacking into the back of a... Yeah, went into the back of a Morphe. Tried to push him through the castle. That was never going to end well, I have to say. And yeah, he has spun from that.
Yeah, Fen had contact on the lap 1 as Hammer Time hits the wall. Has he got damage? It looks like he got away with it. But yeah, Fen, just a little... Fen got hit at turn 1. I can't remember who it was by. But it looked like it was quite all tight through that. But they all managed to somehow get through. I say that as...
Beetle.
There's an Alpine at the back. It's front wing damage as well. That's not ideal.
So we're going to go on board with Koa, all over the back of David in the McLaren, but he's going to save his battery and back out of the move. Barnios in the Ferrari gets past Amalfi for P12. Amalfi in the pits probably suffered damage with all the commotion that was going on between him and Manic, who is also in the pits, as you'd expect. Pretty disastrous there.
Top 4, almost out of DRS for 5th. 3 out of 4 in the top 4 of the championship. All inside the top 4. Gabriel obviously being 8th at the moment due to suboptimal qualifying. He can always come back from here though, and at the moment it's not looked terrible in terms of how clean it is, or like the lack of incidents in terms of that could cause a safety car. It's quite surprising. Fair play.
It's been very good, really. Other than that little rear end in the castle, it's been pretty clean.
Yeah, I mean obviously it is Baku, so an incident could even just mean a slight mistake. A slight touch of the barriers. I will be honest, it is a lot more nervy watching these 17 drivers going around the Baku circuit. I don't know, you never clock how close you're going to the wall. Turn 3, I think it was Gabriel, I just flinched a little bit, or twitched, sorry. They're just so close to the wall, because they kind of have to be to optimise the time. But it can very easily end in a DNF and a safety car.
Para gets past Frosty. I think Frosty ran wide there.
I will be honest.
Abanios is going to shape up a move on Mason. May almost have caught him up too early. And we got Koa though. Sorry, Koa. We've got to jump up to Koa. He's side by side with David. He almost got the move done last lap. How about this lap?
He goes on none.
He's going to go for the late move. Yeah, that was inevitable. And then David is going to go for the cutback or the switchback, but Koa says no, thank you, not today. And he takes P3. Good move, very clean and nice on the brakes from Koa. And Abanios did get past Mason, as I would have expected.
Ben getting past him, and switch to the lead.
And Hammer and Magnushoal as well. Oh, Koa's sideways, but it's kind of recovered it. There was a bit of contact between Koa and Niggins. And I think Koa sort of managed to power slide his way back out. But that has caused now P3 below to go outside of the DRS zone to P2. So a little bit of a gap.
They've got to work together, P2 and P1. If they want to get away from Koa, who is very fast and very clever with how he races. Well, apart from... I don't actually know what happened at turn 3, so I can't really say. Oh, but they don't want to do anything stupid that could get them back in DRS, but it looks like they already are, and it's just Koa's a little bit too quick for them to escape. It's on the limit, and yeah, you think he'll get it.
He's got in there.
He has indeed. So it begins again.
They've sorted the water out from the car.
Oh, I say that. He might have lost it, you know. Koa, 1.1. I think he's at the last minute. Mercedes in the wall. Is that a safety car? No, it's
Surely.
a virtual.
Wow, that may have actually helped Koa, to be honest, if you're saying he just fell outside of the 1 second.
Oh, he's really gone in the wall. They've all been... you know when they bounce off the curb, last corner of Sector 2?
Oh, yeah.
They've all been a bit... trying their luck with that curb on how... much they can really hit off it, because it really catapults them into the wall on the right, and it looks like Mercedes just got it a bit wrong, or he just went too deep, one or the other. Well, yeah.
It's one thing to do it in quali, but then doing it consistently in the race, it doesn't tend to end well. So Mason, Abanios getting new front wings. They're in the pits, but they won't lose as much time. Chimito, who asked as well, going into the pits, they're all going to put hard tyres on. Surely. Who asked has decided to retire in the pits, I believe. Yep.
I'll be honest. This isn't a bad strategy to go on the hard tyres during the virtual. You lose less time. These hard tyres literally go the whole race distance. If I'm being honest, they literally go to the end of the race from hit with absolute comfort. They have lost a bit of time, obviously, because of wing damage. But the virtual safety car will cool all their tyres down, depending on how long it lasts. And
the VSC is still going, so they've all managed to get out without losing as much time. Yeah.
So I guess we'll see how this all ends up. It's obviously neutralising the field. They've got to be careful not to get drive through. And speaking of the devil,
Amalfi, unfortunate there.
And you know what? The biggest winner for that virtual safety car is Koa. He is comfortably in the fucking DRS now.
Yep, that's the thing with VSC. If you get the correct speed and like you pick the moment to accelerate as it ends, like you gain so much time. Hammer all over the shop. Surely Magnushoal is going to be lining up a move now.
Maybe in the Koa, because the slingshot you get with DRS is so powerful on this game. Slipstream as well, potentially a bit of DRS.
Magnus is almost going to overtake before. Yeah, maybe overtakes before his rear wing even opens.
Maybe showing the what wings, that kind of wings they're using. Maybe Hammer using a bit higher wings, which probably benefiting more in the second sector, especially with the tyres. They get very close to the wall at turn 1. And they live to fight for another day. Oh, Magnus goes wide in 2 though. They're all making errors, but it's not big enough to a DNF of sorts. They're all making small errors.
Is Hammer going to go for the late move? No, sensibly backs away from that one. Magnushoal runs wide. Hammer should be entitled to a bit of space here. Oh! Magnushoal drifting it through. How on earth? Was that lag or I don't know how he survived.
I think he locked the rears. I think he locked the rears and just ended up drifting through the corner. But he wasn't carrying enough speed to hit the other wall.
Yeah.
It's quite a slow part of the track.
In the end, recovers it very nicely, but I wonder how his tyres are feeling. The temperatures are okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can see on the wheel.
Yeah.
It's not going to be brilliant. It's not going to be terrible though, but I always give you a bit of wear from doing that. I'm just looking at all their fuel, by the way. the Hammer probably has the most fuel out of anyone in the top 3. Well, even Niggins has the least out of anyone in the top 4. He has 0.27 fuel. I can see it on his little display on the wheel. And I think Magnus just had another moment.
Oh dear.
Oh my, what on earth?
Did Magnusol go ghosted? Well, he's about to lose a lot of places. Is Magnusol?
Oh,
is he going to lose 1, 2 or 3 positions? And this is a bit spicy. A lot of cars approaching at the same time.
This could not end.
Oh, making a bit of contact with Hammer. So yeah, but and will David try and go for the move? No, he's going to back off. But we have got Amigo though, working potentially down the inside. Backs out of it. Wow, there's just so many cars in a short space of track. Pretty wild stuff here.
Around the absolute worst track for it to be the case.
How well will this end?
I've got a hunch. I think Magnus was using non-ERS down the little, like, you know, the left right on the back straight.
Yeah.
No, sorry, start finish straight. I think he was using that because the Hammer time was gaining a lot of straight line speed out of absolute thin air. There is no way, is there? No, there's no.
These cars are in a human centipede right now.
Yeah, they're too big to make an overtake these cars. There's literally just one overtaking spot. Well, 2 actually on this track. And yeah, it just makes for quite an awkward sector 2. Especially with no dirty air. Like, this game has if there is dirty air, literally doesn't exist. Might as well not be there. Because, yeah, clearly the slipstream is a bit overpowered as yellow flags.
Absolutely insane. I think that is Beetle. Yeah, Beetle at a moment. We'll go back up, though, because the top 8 are all pretty much touching still at this point. David is technically the closest to anyone, but he's in the middle of the train. Will Koa be able to get the move on Magnusol? A little bit further back. He is using overtake battery.
Niggins, I think, he's gaining quite a lot on the Hammer.
Yeah, this could be the one, especially with the flashing light of Hammer. But no, just runs out of road. Good defending in the end from Hammer. Good battery use.
Okay, the flashing light, yeah. I've noticed it literally couldn't mean less.
Oh really?
Couldn't matter. Yeah. You look at them flashing and you go on their onboard.
Oh wait a sec, Koa on the outside of Magnusol. He's deserving of space and he gets it, so he's now got the inside. And if he gets his braking right, he could get the position. Oh, good driving from the pair of them there. Nice and clean. Magnusol keeps the lead of the race.
It is. The offboard is hilarious. The minimap is even better. Look at them all go in a human centipede. That is brilliant.
I like how this is a new term now. It's just the human centipede.
Like, literally, F1 esports looking at the top 8. It's hilarious. It's brilliant. I love it. I mean, it's not going to be brilliant for the racing because, well, no one can overtake because everyone's got DRS. But yeah, the flashing light literally does not. It literally doesn't mean anything. I mean, I think it does flash when you're on less than 10%, but then it also flashes when you're on medium and like 50 something percent. It literally I wouldn't try.
Oh, okay.
Anything. Yeah.
So it's not like real life then.
No, unfortunately not. It's EA. What did you expect?
Xbox looking pretty close, but again, it's all going to be a game of battery use and when are you going to go for it, when are you not? And then the other question is, when does anyone get a bit impatient and just goes for a move? So I don't think Koa's going to get anything done. David and Hammer.
Oh, was close to contact.
Yeah, Hammer did not give a lot of room there. Did not want to get overtaken for sure.
He clearly doesn't really have a lot of straight line speed. Every time down the straight, he just looks like he's very vulnerable.
Agreed, he's definitely got more downforce. He has got past, he's on the inside. I don't think Magnusol can even defend this. So this is your new race leader on lap 8 of 26. Good spot, Hayden.
Yeah. It's almost like I've done this before.
Back in mad day. We didn't miss the waste of the race leaders overtaken.
Did you? I didn't, I'm just saying.
No, I got it just about. Michael Massey's holding a gun to my head.
Get This is genuinely the most funny. This never. The only time you see the first to eighth like this is like in esports. Or no, I don't even know, because they're always. I mean, obviously that from 8 downwards, they've like got a wing down.
Oh, Zuffin almost completely goes into the back of David, but gets away with it.
I mean, it probably shows how powerful the slipstream is, that they just can't simply get out of each other's slipstream or like just anything, or out of the DRS. Which honestly, despite how fun it is, it's probably making the racing a little bit worse, but it is what it is.
I'm enjoying this. This is a tight battle. It's very tactical. Who's going to pit first as well? So many questions to answer as David takes P3, and now Magnushaw wants that race lead back.
Oh my word, close
bit of contact. And now Koa's going to try the switch back onto the inside. Yeah, Magnushaw didn't do quite a good enough job of covering that switch back.
Oh, they're in the wall!
And then kind of boxes him out.
Niggins!
And Niggins takes the lead. So Koa and Hammer Time getting a bit too close for comfort and slowing each other down. But Koa does have a lot of speed. And he's going to back out.
Oh.
So David keeps the win. Probably sensibly from Koa there to back out.
I thought the safety car was about to head out. Magnus was so in the wall. There might be a report for that.
Manic is into the pits. Yeah, I think yeah, a little bit of boxing out on the exit of turn 2, and then yeah, that's what allowed David through at the end of the day. You've got to be so careful, but this is why I'm liking this. The way this is shaping up, any little fight between any two drivers.
What goes round in the car? I'm so sorry.
Did you honestly on my stream? No, on my stream, 3 of those cars almost drifted their back end into the wall.
Niggins drifted slightly. Koa almost put it straight into like the worst point in the castle section.
Could you imagine?
Everyone behind him. Everyone behind him would have been over. It would have been over. Say your prayers. You know that dog me where they just close their eyes? Everyone's behind like that. It's honestly, he was so terrifying.
Human Centipede turns into the whatever it's called, that Spa race in the W series.
Oh Jesus, honestly, that was awfully close. Who blinks first though? Who goes for the undercut?
Well, meanwhile, Gabriel's been biding his time at the back of this train.
Koa's in.
A few drivers boxing, yeah, as well. Gabriel, Magnushaw, Amigo, quite a few. So only David, Hammer and Zuffin chose to stay out. So here we go. This is the moment we were waiting for. How powerful will the undercut onto cold, hard tyres be? They're going to have to absolutely push.
DRS train's broken a little bit because of that as well. So Hammer Time does not have DRS, and Fenton just goes clean through.
Yeah, and Zuffin gets past Hammer using his DRS for Sector 1. So Hammer needs to really try and just, well, in this case, probably not push too hard against Zuffin, just get around as quickly as possible. I'm guessing they're going to pit this lap, but we shall see.
We shall see indeed. I mean, the risk of this is there's a safety car, they've all lost out. I mean, it's looked pretty good so far, which is a massive
And notice
surprise.
Urbanios, who pit under VSC, is actually very close. He's only 4 seconds off. I know he's got 6 lap old hards, but he's close.
Yeah, with the wing damage as well, he had to repair that. Probably cost him about pit stop with
3 seconds.
7.4 seconds usually for a pit stop with wing damage. So
yeah, 4 seconds.
4 or 5 seconds. So he'd be literally there, but obviously the wing damage didn't really help him a lot. And obviously they're all in DRS, so
yep. All it takes is one bit of scrapping, and he'll catch up. Though it depends how things go. It just depends how clean they are. But Hammer, so he's choosing to stay behind Zuffin. Will they box? Let's see. I'm on board with David.
I think they have to box, surely.
They're going to have to react because looking at the delta, if I change it to the leader, I'm sure a pit stop here is more than 18 seconds, right?
They're all in. Yeah, all in.
So I think the undercut from the top 2 of Xbox and Koa, I think those 2 could come out in front of David, but it's going to be tight.
Absolutely, all of them are in.
Yeah, they did the right thing, but I think those that pit first may well come off on top here. We shall see. So we've got... sorry, apologies. Here we go. So lots of action, though, on track. Xbox gets past Koa, and then in doing so, just comes out behind David. Wow. Wow. So I had to switch to the right drivers there. But yeah, Xbox got the move on Koa, maybe slowed them down a little bit. And actually David just sneaks in front, but Xbox wants to react immediately and go for it around the outside of David. I don't think that's going to work. A bit too far back there.
Nah, Niggins was ahead of the apex.
Yeah.
I haven't really. I've tried to look for the rules. I'm pretty sure it's still like the real life one. And if it is, Niggins was ahead of the apex, so kind of had the right of way for the corner.
Yeah.
Wow, that really changes things with that undercut. A hammer. He was third, down to 8th.
Absolutely.
He's not really been affected. Oh, he kind of has, but Xbox, very good undercut. Oh, he's all over the back of Niggins on cold, hard tyres. He is not enjoying life on those tyres at the moment.
You just got to survive this first lap or two.
Yeah, these tyres take a long ass time. Judging by the, oh my word, don't hit the back of him. That's not what you want to do. But these tyres always take an absolute age to warm up. Usually everyone runs like max tyre pressures, which, because the geniuses at EA decided max tyre pressures meant lower tyre temperatures. Genius. It will just take longer for the all to warm up the tyres. So it's not ideal for him, but he's come out in the lead and not been too affected by the undercut, actually, surprisingly. Which I say that, Xbox, is he going to take the lead? No. The hammer's actually lost the RS. I just not realised that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's really not worked out for him at all through the pit stop phase. Very unfortunate for the Alpine. He'll be kicking himself. Gabriel did okay. Came out 2 spots ahead from all of that. So the Williams now in P5 and 6. Xbox too far back to make the move on David. David, of course, the championship leader, and now leading this race.
He's lost one for the human centipede.
Lucky man.
Oh my word. Clown got close to the wall out the chicane. All I can hear is my dad shouting upstairs because he's watching PSG Arsenal. It's hilarious. He's not even like a PSG or Arsenal fan, but it's quite funny to hear. I'm sorry. I'm just hearing it every 20 seconds. Earlier.
I'm watching it when I pick my partner up from the airport. That's why I'm not watching it for the record, but I'm still looking at the score because I have to know. Manic getting past Mason.
I can just hear him. I'm sorry.
I think it's half time now.
Is it that? Is it the Arsenal game? It might not even be the Arsenal game. I think it is the Arsenal game.
He's watching highlights of Arne Slot joining Liverpool. Anyway, so Gabriel is the closest, and also Amigo though. Amigo has decided to blink with the battery use. Koa does not want to use battery. Either that or he's just been caught napping a little bit on the battery use. Either way, Amigo into P3, good stuff. Xbox couldn't quite get past David.
None of their batteries are particularly optimal, really. They're all less than. I mean, I guess Fen is now not doing too bad. Now is the only one above 50%, but he's now having to burn, so he doesn't get behind.
Xbox catching up pretty rapidly.
Nah,
backs out.
He's not even. Yeah, he's not. At this stage of the race, he's not even trying to overtake. He's just. If it comes to it, he'll try and overtake him. But at the moment, because of the battery situation that literally everyone is in. Koa now. Everyone's starting to recover battery now, which is good for them. Yeah,
no one's on an overwhelming amount. They're all pretty similar.
The hammer hit the wall. Sorry, I can't say because no one's going to be overtaking this part of the track. So there's almost no point unless they hit the wall.
See how they get through the castle. It's crazy how close all the drivers have to get to that castle section.
Yeah, you never. I guess feel it or notice it as much when you're driving around this track as you are when you're spectating, because obviously when you've got to get in the zone, especially around a track like Baku where you're quite close to the walls. It's a bit like Monaco, which we'll be heading to next week. I'll be driving in the race, but not in qualifying, unfortunately. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, anyway, Xbox quite close to Niggins. Oh, he hits the wall, but nothing done. Here we go, switch of leads. He's slowly getting alongside, and now he gets past. But Koa is also on the back of Amigo, but doesn't really try anything. Gabriel and 2 Williams switch places as well.
Absolutely, as someone tries to phone me on my mobile. Oh, Koa looking very close to the back of Amigo. He's gone to the inside. That's just a case of who's going to carry the speed through the brakes. Sorry, through the corner.
None of them particularly wanted to yield.
No, but Koa's being
Yellow
sensible.
Yellow flags in the castle section.
Yeah, it is Beetle Clamp. Yes.
Yeah.
He's just lost an end plate on the way up
Oh,
the castle.
virtual safety car.
Yep, because of the debris blocking the castle. For once, the game was actually accurate there.
That's a first. I think that's a safety car, to be honest, with the real life FIA. I could easily put...
an Xbox just ran over all of it, but nothing happened, of course.
Yeah, great game. Oh, he's retired on track.
Who's retired on track?
Beetle Clamp. He's hit the wall. That's a safety car. It's a safety car.
Oh, it is. We see the safety car. It's just gone through turn number 1 out of the pits. Did Beetle Clamp get fed up, or did he not? That's the question.
He's hit the
wall. I'm not going to answer
that the top 7 are going through. Like the hammer time's going through right now. He's hit the wall there. I don't know how he's hit the wall there. They're under virtual safety car conditions. I don't know how he would have done that.
Was it frustration? Was it a mistake? Hard to know. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I'm not going to throw anything around. Yeah.
Oh, no, definitely not. Sure, just a mistake. You know, when you've lost the front wing, it's tough.
Oh, who boxes? Does anyone pit? Does anyone take the...
I agree. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Is anyone going to pit?
Magnus and Fen, fair play. You two have bollocks.
Onto the medium tyre, surely.
Oh, they raced each other into the pit.
Opportunistic move there.
Well,
love to see it.
In my opinion, this race just became an awful lot more interesting. Everyone in the top 6 now. The first 4 laps is when you're trying to heat up your tyres and you've just started. You've basically started your tyre. So now they were at optimum temperature for probably most of them round about now. Now they've gone off completely. They've had to go off completely again because the safety cars come out. And now everyone behind them, top 7th downwards, is on a fresh pair of either medium or hard compound tyres. While you're having to restart your hard tyre after just, having them at optimum temperature, which they're bastard enough as it is to warm them up.
The scrub sets do get slightly quicker up to speed, right?
Xbox though on 6-lap old hards. I don't know. I mean,
not a lot of laps to go. I mean, the hard tyre does just go. It will do 30 laps.
Okay, it'll get to the end, of course. It's those first few laps where they'll have to reheat those tyres. Especially when they have a bunch of medium tyre runners behind them. It is not going to be a fun first, 3 or 4 laps for any of them. And they're bastard enough as it is to warm up at normal speed. Never mind at safety car. They drop to 60 something degrees. It's horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my head's saying I would have stayed on the hard, and if it had been a couple, 2-3 more laps, I would have gone onto the soft tyre.
See,
I think I would have done the jump onto softs, but I'm not so sure about the absolute the lap time and going onto the fresh mediums. I don't know, it's a tough one.
It depends where you are in that top 7 or 8 pack. If you're first, second, or third, or in the top end of that pack, fair enough. The guys that have bought, fair enough, stay on the hards. But to be fair to Fen and Magnus, they were 6th and 7th, or 5th and 6th in that pack. So they can kind of take the risk because they only lost 1 or 2 places. Whereas the top 3 would have lost 5 places or something like that. So it's a bit of a risk versus reward kind of thing. Admittedly, I mean, theoretically speaking, let's say the top 3 all did box, they would come out 6th, 5th and 4th. But you don't know that everyone behind, the hammer bot would box. So it's a bit of a risk versus reward kind of thing. But it does make the next 10 laps a lot more interesting. An awful lot more interesting. No.
So,
Okay.
as it stands, Xbox up 6 positions, David up 2, Amigo up 3, Koa up 1, and Gabriel up 3. So big winners as you'd expect, but they're on the hard tyre. So all this strategy coming into play. Certainly it is not over yet at all. And then as you'd expect, Hammer down 5, Zuffen down 4, and Magnushaw down 6. But looking at the tyres, if I can press the correct buttons, Zuffen ultimately is the lead driver on the medium tyres, so he is in a good position, you could say. Obanios making the clever pit stop onto the hard tyre early, then stuck it out through this one. In fact, no. He pit early onto the hard tyres with wing damage, pit again onto fresh mediums, and he's actually in P9. So a great recovery from the Ferrari driver. Then we've got Apara, Mason, Manic, Chimita, and Amalfi.
I think it might be this one. Sorry.
Let's have a look. Did it flash up on the screen? Because I didn't even see it.
No, I was. Usually, I think
Oh wow!
I was gonna say,
very late to come up.
See, I was gonna say usually on the second lap of the safety car being out, it usually comes in. But obviously the Red Bull took a while at the back to actually catch up. That's probably why it was a bit late.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
well,
I wouldn't say 7th is in the optimum position, but it makes an awful lot more interesting.
Yeah. Really strategic race. Baku often does come down to these like strategic elements under SCs. And as Xbox already launched, he's gone for it. And who's reacted? David not so well, whereas his teammate Amigo has. Meanwhile, you've got Hammer, and is that Gabriel almost side by side? And Hammer keeps position.
Fen goes through, picks up his teammate.
Yeah.
Wood gets awfully close to
Fen makes the most of Gabriel's compromised exit. And then up to, in P4, we got Koa trying to get past Amigo. I think he's going to run out of straight here. And backs off. Meanwhile, Magnushaw breaks very late. Gets away with it. Oh, and Gabriel Magnushaw almost making contact there. And yeah, Obanios just biding his time behind. And actually, Obanios around the outside of the chicane. Not a normal place to overtake. And then higher up, we've got Zuffen and Magnushaw. But they're going to tuck in. No crazy moves so far.
Is all over the back of the Hammer. All over the back of him. But you can't overtake at this point of the tracks. Because it's so... Well, it's so narrow. It's not an orthodox place.
I think Hammer's in trouble because he's got a high downforce setup as well as being at the back of the pack on the hards. So I don't know, I don't feel too optimistic about his prospects.
I don't know. It's gonna. The longer this goes on for, the better it gets for the hard runners. Fen, if he wants to win this race, has to get on with it. He has to get on with it because there's not a lot of overtaking opportunities around the circuit. He's got to pick them off quickly. Koa, side by side with Amigo. But Amigo has the slipstream on the two of them, and Fen gets through on Hammer time. He is getting over there. Amigo gets past his teammate. Is he going to go for an Xbox? No, not quite.
Oh, good stuff there from the McLaren driver.
And Fen is already on the back of Koa.
The human centipede is now 10 cars long. 11 cars long, 12 cars long. It's growing. It's like The Last of Us.
Mental statement. I'm further not to comment. Oh, Manic! Down the inside of Mason! Can't quite get it to work.
Oh, Zuffen just hits the back of Koa, but that's okay.
He is pushing them along. He's got so much more grip. Unlike these slow speed corners, due to the traction, the grip, just everything, the hards, clearly still not up to the optimal performance they were when the safety car came out. And it's just, again, like I said, the longer this goes on, the better it is for the hard runners. I'm not saying it's still great for them, but they'll have a better chance of defending, because currently, I wouldn't be surprised if Fed's going to pick Cole off in a second. But he has got to be patient, because obviously it's difficult place to really overtake.
Yeah. It's a tough one. You want to be patient, but also you want to make the most of these lovely fresh mediums. So it's about getting that balance. Gabriel down to P9, he'll be really annoyed. Frustrating that he got overtaken by Obanios, quite an aggressive move. On board with Koa.
Top four. Oh, yellow flag.
Twitter gets past Amalfi.
Aston Martin around down the straight. I don't know how that's happened. Safety car.
Oh, and then Kurt just slam on the brakes and not overtake.
Oh, what do they do? Because they all came out ahead of the safety car, so they can box if they want to, but they'll drop all behind the medium runners that are boxed. What do they do? This is the biggest dilemma I think I've seen in an awful while.
Yeah, and notice that Manic, Amalfi and Mason all pitting because, of course, they were able to respond. A lot of the drivers already passed the pit entry line.
Can I say what I'd do? I'd box.
Onto softs.
I don't blame them if they... yeah,
onto softs. I'd box onto softs.
It depends how used their softs are. I'd probably, onto softs.
Yeah, fresh softs, surely.
I don't
because you've got 2 laps safe here.
I don't blame them if they don't box, but 10-lap-old hards against what will be medium tyres.
Yeah, it's that whole groupthink thing. If the top 5 all don't pit, it's almost okay for the leader, but if everyone pits except for, say, the top 2, then they're just sitting ducks. Because there's too many laps. I think there's just too many laps remaining. You know, if there was only 1 lap of flying, then yeah, just stay on the hard. But I think they've got to box.
Realistically, they all
have to box. Then I think for me, then the problem is, right, you've got these medium runners who don't need to pit. So if Hammer, Coa, Niggins, Amigo and Xbox pit, and I think they should do, as Ashman speeds under safety car, whoops, that's a race ender, then it's a difficult one, because then you're basically giving Fen, Magnuson and Urbanios, a great chance.
Here's the thing though, the mediums, technically speaking, are in the same place that the hard tyre runners were at when the safety car came out. Obviously it's mediums, so it's higher day. So technically speaking, they're in a worse situation than what the hards were at when they,
but by the end of the race, right, by lap 26, you know, those mediums versus soft shouldn't be too bad.
But will they be ahead by 2 laps? Will they be close by? They're all in.
We'll see.
All in. Magnus stays out. And Koa gets 10 seconds.
Oh, Koa, no.
A huge moment in the championship.
Dear. That's unfortunate. But you know what? I completely understand those 2 medium runners staying out. I think I would have stayed out on the mediums.
Top 4 all stay out.
Wow, I am shocked by Gabrielle and Napara not pitting. They're going to have a very interesting time keeping a whole stack of soft tyre cars behind them. But Koa with the 10-second penalty.
Please tell me Mason stays out. Oh no, I was going to say. Alright, give me a second, sorry.
All good? I'm sure we got a little bit of time anyway. Right, I've dealt with this person that keeps calling me. So, Urbanios inspired, in my opinion, staying on the mediums, especially, right, having 2 hard tyre runners behind him as a bit of a buffer, or barrier, whatever you want to call it. I think the safety car will be in next lap, because the Aston of Mason is still trundling along. So if it's going to be a lap 21 safety car coming in, and that will really be then laps 22 through 26. So 5 flying laps. And if that's the case, do you know what? If Gabrielle and Apara, if they can even hold the soft tyre runners up for, say, 1 or 2 laps, then these medium runners, what they need to do is they need to try and escape the hard tyre ones. I know like it might not work out like that, but just looking at raw pace, if Magnuson and Urbanios can find a way to break away from the hard tyres, or maybe if the soft tyre runners get a bit aggressive, they start scrapping with these hard tyre runners. You never know. I can see a situation where these top 2 find a way to just break away from the pack, and actually then they've got a really good opportunity even being on these medium tyres. So a hard one to predict, but I think if I could be anyone right now, I think I would be Magnuson.
You know what I'd do if I was the hard runners? I would pause the game during the safety car and pray. That is the only way they are going to be still ahead of the soft tyre runners. Prayers, hopes and absolute prayers. Mediums might stand a chance. Hards, 11 laps old hards, when I literally watched them down the start finish straight, did not weave at all. Hopes and absolute prayers. They're going to be on 50-degree tyres. 50-degree tyre temperature on the tyres. It's bloody hard enough to turn as it is on 50 on mediums. I've had that from experience. I literally got switched back at Spa by someone on soft tyres because I couldn't turn the thing. Because it's impossible. Hopes and absolute prayers. I mean, chances are there will be a crash because the hards are going to be that horrible. A medium's not much better, but yeah, the hards are going to be after 2 safety cars basically near back to back as well. They are going to have a horrible time. And Koa, I will say I am stunned he didn't box when he has the 10 seconds over his head.
I agree with that as well. I think that was definite box potential, let's say.
He has 10 seconds. He is, because he didn't box, he's definitely finishing last now, unless literally everyone crashes. Unless there's like a literal fucking, what do I say? There's like everyone turns into Lance Stroll. But anyway, safety car in.
Yep.
There we go.
So as I said before, I think these top 2 are going to need to have a perfect restart, not fight each other too hard, and just try and hope that these hard tyre runners act as a bit of a buffer or barrier to the soft runners. Let's see what happens. I mean, from Xbox's perspective, he needs to just get a move on, get past these hard tyre runners as quickly as possible, push on up the order.
He's gone.
Already gone has Magnusson. And I think a bit of a slow reaction, really slow reaction from both Gabriel and Apara. So already helping massively these two. Oh, wait. Magnus went too early. That's going to cause chaos. Oh, and Apara's into the lead. But was it legal? Was it legal? We don't know yet. He's having to give the places back, I think. Yeah. So Magnusson takes...
Oh, collision between...
Oh, chaos. Absolute chaos. That was inevitable there. Pretty shocking to restart too early. I mean, that's what happens, right? When you restart too early. But anyway, Koa is all over the back of Apara as Gabriel is down into 14th. Very unfortunate.
4th, but he has the 10 seconds. The top 2, somehow, the medium's still in the top 2. Hards, Gabriel's fallen to the back with that collision.
Yeah, it's just a shame because the relaunch idea was good. Like, it did catch people out, but it's because he went too early and then it just bunched them all up.
So many. A lot of them have wing damage, so it's hard to keep up. Koa was trying to go down the inside. It's not going to work.
No, he's never going to go down the inside there, surely.
Yeah, the death wish, sorry.
Yeah, there is a little bit of wing damage there, but it's just too much chaos to even keep track of. I barely saw what happened.
He just went to it. He went. And you know what he's done? He's got. You know when it says it's like.
I know what Magnusson's done. Absolutely. What I mean is the chaos it caused behind. I barely saw half of it.
Which you just shouldn't do. You're really pushing your luck.
Yeah.
When you go there.
I mean, if it works flawlessly because him and Obanios would have had a crazy restart. As Mason gets a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits.
Now, here's the dilemma. The top 2 in the softs, with the soft tyres on, have time penalties. And the man that's 3rd in the soft runners has wing damage, and at the moment he can't actually do anything about the guys on the hards, the mediums.
Yep, well said. Koa does take P3.
Somehow, the top 3 might all be the ones that stayed out, and I might be made to look like a right fucking mug.
As I said, I thought medium staying out was the right choice. I was just surprised by hard tyre staying out.
I think it would have been okay, but the chaos that safety car restart caused, it just gave all the wrong people wing damage.
Xbox gets past Gabriel for P13.
Koa in 2nd.
Oh wow, as soon as I go off that battle, something happens. Koa up into P2, nice spot. Koa's doing everything he needs to do. Just...
Manic's down the inside of Apara! Can he get it slowed down?
Wow. Xbox with a 3-second penalty. I mean, he is quite far down the order though.
He was in the lead at 1.30. I think that says a lot about how this race has gone so far. Absolute mental stuff. He was
Yeah,
in the lead Xbox at one point. It's mental how this race has swung around.
that restart just turned it all into a bit of a lottery. And yeah, hasn't worked out for everyone. Koa has fallen out. Koa's fallen out of DRS range of Magnussen, I believe. Where he had at one point.
Has he got wing damage? No, his
No.
looks fine.
No, he's fine. But he ended up, I think, did he end up getting DRS?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he made it up. Abanios is catching up nicely, though. So is Apara. Apara's got massive overspeed. He's going to go for the late move on Abanios here. Oh, but he turned in too early. He turned in too early. And that didn't end so well. Scenes there. And Abanios and Manic make contact. Manic into P3. P3, I know he's got a penalty, but wow, what a turn up here.
But is he going to go down the inside?
Oh, that was not ideal. 20-second penalty for the tank, the T-bone. Let's move on. Lots going on. We've got David behind Fen, but yeah, that was so unideal for Manic, he's done such a great job, Manic, to work all the way up into almost podium positions. Wow, you know, fair play to him. These things happen. Just classic Baku stuff.
That's one way of putting it. I'm not going to.
The stewards will look at it. The stewards will look at it.
I said my bit after the race ban I got, the race then quality ban I got. I'd rather not repeat it here. I just think it's an absolute joke that you only get a race ban for taking someone out on purpose, but that's all I'm going to say really on that. Anyway, we'll cut back to the leaders. Koa is going to get past Magnus, it looks like, for, well, what would be the leader of the race, but he has obviously the 10-second time penalty, and he's not even going to try and overtake him for the lead.
No, Amigo, though, and Apara should both be getting past Chimita. So Apara on the hard tyre is doing a good job of actually staying up with his pack. It's a pretty good effort from him. All over the back of Amigo. And I think all things considered, he'd be pretty happy with that. Now, will David go for the move? I think he will. I think Hammer's in trouble. Let's see, though. David to the outside of Hammer.
I both got wing damage.
And good move, though. Both just left enough space, and David takes P4. Lovely move from the McLaren driver.
We could have some last lap drama here. Fen is catching like there is no tomorrow. Yeah. 1.4. It was 1.7 or 1.8 when they crossed the line. It is closing all the time. Is it going to be enough to get DRS? 1.3.
Lap 25 of 26 for the Academy Drivers Series, round 6. All to play for here. Koa with the 10-second penalty, so really it's a case of, as Aiden's saying, can Fen catch up and overtake for the race lead from Magnussen. Magnussen doing an excellent job, it has to be said, keeping these drivers behind on 10-lap old
1.
mediums.
He's nearly there, he's nearly got it. It's so close.
Oh,
has he got the
battery gone? Yeah, I think no. Koa's not using battery. Koa's not using battery.
Which he is in now.
Oh yeah, Koa using. So Koa not using battery allowed Fen in. Just good spot there, Aiden.
But he's too slow down the straight. He's losing time despite the. He's not.
Yeah, and he had to use so much battery as well to get into that zone. But anyway, Magnussen has also kept the lead from Koa, which is vital. He definitely needs Koa as a barrier there. But let's see.
Oh, snap of a mistake for Magnussen on turn 2.
Will Koa get enough spin? I don't think he will, but the battery is flashing for Magnussen, who's on 38%, proving your point there, that it doesn't seem to mean anything.
The thought process I have it is Koa thinks he can get the 10 seconds removed, that's why he hasn't hit him under that safety car. I think he thinks he can get that removed. So if he does, it's all about the dash to line, and top 4 all within the second of each other. This is not over. By a long shot. It is going to be all about that dash to the line.
Good drive, good car positioning from Koa.
This is where the DRS games begin. Magnus is in none. He does not want to be first in this train.
And look at the amazing battery work by Koa. I mean, Magnushaw as well, but both of them just playing this awesome game of chess as we approach the final straight. It's going to be so close to the line, as you say, Aiden.
Oh!
Not ideal for the Red Bull. Amigo very close to Amalfi.
He does not get a great exit, but he has a slipstream.
Here we go then. To the line.
That's the line. Koa, if he can get a 10
He's getting close. He's getting close. DRS about to appear. He's in overtake mode. The battery is almost out. Magnusson's battery is almost out. It's going to be so tight. Oh! And Fenn into second. Niggins just loses out to Fenn. And Hammer Time fourth. Wow, the penalties have it's so hard to keep track, but with the penalties, Amalfi up to fifth as well. Great job. Oh wow, and Fenn just ahead of Niggins. Sorry, go on, Adam.
So theoretically, if Koa can get that 10 seconds removed, he misses out on the win by 0.02 of a second.
Yeah. Wow. But chaos.
Magnus, your race winner here tonight. He was race winner in Abu Dhabi, and he wins here tonight again.
I think he deserved it, in my opinion. Very, very good driving. Made the right calls with the strategy. Really good battery use. Just, yeah, phenomenal effort there. Especially considering how his Q3 went at one point looking pretty disastrous. And he's taking the steering wheel with him, so that's a race ban, isn't it? Park Fermi.
Oh, Jesus. Unbelievable. It kind of didn't get going until the last 10, 15 laps in terms of chaos beginning. The first 12 laps were very clean, but as soon as that first safety car happened, it all went out the window. Back-to-back wins for Magnus though, and Koa, he is second after all that. He did look quick during like qualifying. Even the race, he was there or thereabouts, but somehow he almost managed to nab the race win out of absolutely nowhere. But he misses out. And
commiserations as well to a few of the drivers. Manik set the fastest lap, and he was really up there at one point. Had the contact with Abanios that maybe the stewards will be looking at. I think there might have been an incident with Koa as well on turn 2. Maybe the stewards will look at that one.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, let's go through the order, because this might not be the final order, but provisionally we've got Magnusson, Fenn, Niggins, Hammer Time in 4th. Good effort, actually, from Hammer Time. Good recovery, because had a bit of a disaster midway through. Amalfi 5th, Amigo 6th, Aparis 7th, Koa 8th, Gabriel 9th, Schmidt 10th, Xbox 11th, Mason 12th, Manic 13th, Barnios, and I think it was Beetle in 15th. Yeah. And I apologise to the other two drivers. Wow, good stuff. Thanks for joining me, Aiden. I hope you had a good one.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Yeah, always good, man. And I'm sure you'll be back next week in the Alpine.
Van Monaco qualifying. Sanity won't be back. The qualifying ban, the Sanity won't be back.
You'll be fine. Anything can happen here. 4 safety cars.
Good.
But yeah, thanks to everyone for watching, and appreciate the comments in the chat as well. Always good to hear from you. And yeah, I guess one lesson is make sure you put your gloves on before you come out of the pits. But anyway, with that nugget of wisdom, we will say goodbye, and hopefully see you in 7 days' time for round 7.